Alright, so even though Marvel's upcoming movie Captain Marvel is still in the middle of filming, we've been seeing and hearing a good bit about it through on-set photos and statements from some of the people involved with making it. And I don't know about you guys, but some of those statements about how powerful the newest addition to the MCU is have been piquing my interest lately.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
I mean, come on, you can't sit there and tell me that seeing a character punch a fucking moon in the MCU doesn't sound cool. But exactly how strong will Captain Marvel be when March 8th comes around? Well, I may not have seen the movie yet, but I can make an educated guess based on what all we've been told about the character so far. For instance, in an interview with Vulture, Kevin Feige mentioned that she will be by far the strongest character we've ever had. He later doubled down on this in an interview with Variety, where he stated, "With Captain Marvel, who has powers that approach a level we haven't seen before in our films, you need to counterbalance that by finding someone who is also very human and very relatable and can get into a groove with the audience, where they're willing to see her fly through the sun and punch a moon away from a spacecraft. At the same time, we need her to land and have relatable flaws." So basically, we're getting two things from Kevin Feige here. The first thing is that whole thing about how she's definitively going to be the strongest character in the MCU, meaning we can already scale her to Thor, who unleashed enough energy to flatten a forest in a single attack, stood up to a guy wielding an Infinity Stone twice, and survived being hit by the energies of a neutron star, the Hulk, who can punch hard enough to dent vibranium, possibly slaughtered at least one of those guys on the Grandmaster's tower and suplexed a giant wolf, and Thanos, who was capable of smacking the shit out of both Thor and Hulk in the beginning of Infinity War without using the Power Stone, and later kept making himself more powerful by collecting more Infinity Stones. That's insane enough on its own, but then there's that bit about how Carol Danvers will apparently punch a moon away from some kind of rocket, or at least be strong enough to pull off something like that. You know what kind of punch you'd have to do something like that? Even if we lowball this and assume Kevin Feige meant that she can punch an Earth-sized moon to a dead stop while it's floating around its orbit to keep it away from the rocket, and considering how it would take a moon-type object slamming into our moon on the opposite side of its orbit just to bring everything to a stop, this statement apparently implies that Captain Marvel can basically hit you with the equivalent of the moon with a single punch. So simply put, she's really fucking strong. But if you want to toss around actual numbers, then consider this statement Brie Larson made to E, where she mentioned that Carol can move planets.
This has been an amazing challenge. She's so strong. She can move planets. So to me it was like, how far can I go with this strength?
Considering that the force needed to move an object out of the sun's orbit is equal to about 1/1000th of the object's mass, and assuming that she means that Carol can move a planet the size of Earth, which has a weight of 5 septillion 970 sextillion kilograms, this means Captain Marvel will be capable of moving up to 13 sextillion 161 quintillion 597 quadrillion 52 trillion 437 billion 190 million pounds, or 5 sextillion 970 quintillion kilograms, or 6 quintillion 580 quadrillion 798 trillion 526 billion 218,595,328 tons. For comparison, remember how I once said Super Saiyan 3 Goku could lift over 14 million tons before his run-in with the God of Destruction? Well, assuming Carol can actually move planets, then that would make her over 446 billion times stronger than him. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
And the best part is, she's not just going to be incredibly strong, she's also set to be extremely durable and fast too. Remember that Kevin Feige quote from that Variety interview I mentioned earlier? Well, in the same sentence where he mentioned that Captain Marvel can punch moons, he also mentions that she can fly through the sun. Assuming that means she's flying through the sun's core, then that means Carol's capable of withstanding a temperature of 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, as well as an estimated pressure of up to 1,920,000,000 tons per square inch. That's 246,153,846 times stronger than the pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which is already 1,000 times stronger than the pressure you'd feel at sea level. There's also the fact that Captain Marvel would have to be crazy fast to be able to fly to the sun and back. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's not like the Skrulls or anybody else is going to wait for months on end for her to get there and back. So even if we assume that it takes Carol, I don't know, let's say 2 hours to leave Earth, fly the 92,900,000 miles or 149,600,000 kilometers to get to the sun, then fly back, that still puts her at a travel speed of about 92,957,130 miles per hour, or about 149,600,000 kilometers an hour, or about Mach 121,153. Again, assuming I'm correct, then that would make Carol a little over 2 times faster than base form Goku before his Super Saiyan God upgrade. Holy shit, Captain Marvel is apparently going to be crazy powerful compared to everybody else in the MCU. Now, granted, I could be way off here. I mean, like I've been saying throughout this entire video, everything I've been calculating is based off of assumptions and interpretations of a few different quotes, so it's definitely possible I screwed something up. But at the same time, considering how Kevin Feige and Brie Larson have both gone on record talking about how much more powerful Carol Danvers is compared to the other Marvel superheroes, some of these numbers make at least a little bit of sense to me. Either way, I guess we'll find out when Captain Marvel shows up in theaters on March 8th, 2019. But anyways guys, that's how strong I think Captain Marvel will be in her upcoming solo movie, as well as in Avengers 4. If you guys agreed with anything I said in this video, or if you have your own theories about how strong she'll be in either of these movies, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.